Hey guys, welcome back. We're into round number 5 from our Aussie collectibles set champs. We're getting straight into it here with Joseph on the Sapphire Steel and Greg on the Emerald Amethyst. Definitely a couple of cool decks here. I personally am a huge fan of Sapphire Steel. I love that color combination. Definitely a lot of ways you can go with the deck. Looks like Joseph has gone with a ramp whole new world version, so very cool, giving a lot of options. Does discard the Porpsicle off the Simba. Looks like it might be very similar to Jonathan Lamb's list from the Melbourne DLC. Greg just getting the one drop of Chernobog's down. Joseph looks like he does have the Tipo here for turn 2. Got to figure out what to ink, and then possibly a Pleakley on 3. So some good ramp options here. Tipo can ink the Twinfire or the Dime. Just does go for the Dime. And the quest for 1 here. So obviously the quest means the Chernobog could challenge and take it out, but then Greg would miss out on the card draw. And you know, that is a good option, but I wonder if Greg knows that Joseph's playing the whole new world. I think we see that Goofy there in Greg's hand on the right, that 5 cost 1/5 quest for 3 and ward does go into the inkwell. Ooh, and we see the Ursula come down, gets rid of the whole new world. So Joseph taking a bit of a gamble there. Greg interestingly discards the whole new world and still takes out the Simba there. I imagine we're going to quest and get a Pleakley come down. Just put that Tipo into the inkwell, get that 3/4 body on the board. And then next turn, if he top decks an Inkable, can play the Cogsworth. So I really like the Pleakley in this list. I think Jonathan Lamb made a great call with lots of low-cost cards like Simba and Tipo. You've got lots of good options to put into the inkwell. Fortunately, Joseph stuck with a bit of an awkward hand here. Just going to snake and play down Diablo. So Joseph not going to be able to challenge into anything, but hopefully, just the Border Sphere. So we're going to want to play that, just dig a bit more into his deck. Yeah, we do see it come down, looking with something like a Flavisham. Pete might have to go into the inkwell, but then it'll be interesting to see what he does with the rest of his hand. That Twinfire, we're just going to play the Pete here. So I'm not sure if Greg's playing any actions, but a 3/3 body on the board is not too shabby. Going to quest with the Diablo, bounce back with the Fox. Fox will be able to take out the Pleakley. Unfortunately, Joseph didn't get the Cogsworth down to prevent against that. But possibly next turn. And then Inca Diablo. And it's going to be a quest and pass by the looks of it. So Joseph really wanting an Inkable here, or maybe a card that just gets some more cards drawn. Does draw the Pyros, so pretty good card, but I think without anything to give it resist, probably not going to be super strong just at the moment. So maybe that Cogsworth might come down after the ink. And that is what it looks like. Now, Joseph really wanting to top deck a whole new world now. He's got that Cogsworth out, can sing as a 5-cost singer. Now, resist means that Pete will survive the challenge here, so pretty favorable trade for Joseph. Genie, just draw a card. Joseph might have a bit of a tough time dealing with it. I'm not sure if he's running that Along Came Zeus. Interesting to see if he inks here. Does just play it a 4/1 body, not too bad to have on there. We're just going to quest. I imagine the Cogsworth won't be exerted since you've got to be concerned about a crab going on to the Genie, which Greg did top deck, so good call by Joseph not to quest with the Cogsworth. Greg doesn't really have any good options to target it down, so as long as Joseph can get these characters on the board, all of his characters, other characters will have resist, so it's going to be difficult for Greg to deal with the board here. Might just need to go on a more aggressive route. He's sitting at 5 ink at the moment, so does have a few different options. Ursula just going to reveal that twin fire that Greg would know that he had in his hand, but just wanting some more characters on the board. Genie going to take out, gets 3 damage in return. George Joseph doesn't mind that too much as long as he slows him down, because I think the longer the game goes on, the more chance Joseph has to draw out of it. And there we see the Lavasham come down, so some draw card potential here. Let me see, Tinkerbell, probably going to ink 1 this turn, then just play 1 next turn after the Twin Fire on the Genie. So nice to take that one out. Could have waited next turn to play the Tinkerbell as another option. And nice quest here. The Ursula won't be able to take it out thanks to the resist, so we'll have to trade the goat in order to banish him. Probably we'll just quest here from Greg. Probably don't want to be challenging in with the goat. That seems like a pretty unfavorable trade. You'd rather force Joseph to do the trade. But he has resist, so Greg did challenge in there and would normally be banished, but looks like Joseph's going to let him take it back. Yep, so just decides not to do anything. Probably would like to see a quest potentially. I believe that is a fishbone quill, so some more, some more draw potential here from the Flavisham. Quest there, and probably just quest with the Flavisham to draw some cards. We'll get to draw 2 more here. Amateur and a whole new word, so probably don't really want to be singing with the Cogsworth. Will mean that he's quite susceptible, so potentially just an ink and pass here, or a quest, of course. And then Tinkerbell next turn, and then potentially a sing after that. The Hades coming down, pretty difficult for Joseph to deal with. We'll need some more targeted removal. So imagine this Genie's always going to quest for 2. Buns I might trade into. And then potentially the goat into the Flavisham to deal 3. So that only deals 5. Looks like he's just going to quest for 6 up to 9. Now, if any of these characters get banished, Greg will gain 2 lore from the Hades. See a Pleakley, probably going to be inked here. And then the Tinkerbell can come down, so Flavisham can take out the Bunzai, and then can take out the Ursula. But then you are giving your opponent a lot of lore, so might just have to sing the whole new world and see what he gets. Maybe look for an Along Came Zeus that you can sing with the Flavisham. You can't really let this Hades stick around too much longer. He's going to ink. Probably going to have to sing here, I think. Otherwise, you're letting him quest for way too much. To get a Let It Go, won't be able to sing that this turn. Could always play the Simba. Draw a card, discard a card. See if he hits something to deal with this Hades. I believe the Hades is a 4/6. And quest for 3. Definitely a difficult one for Joseph to deal with. Isn't able to play the Let It Go this turn. So Hades, is a 3/4. Way off. So currently 3 left. Something like a smash. So we'll take out these questers. We'll get 2 lore each time it's banished, but you do prevent it from gaining 2 lore next turn. So we're going to gain 3 off that one. I don't think he has a way to stop him, so Greg's just going to quest for 6. Does have the Go-Go's as well, so we'll get 2 lore. So I think that is going to be Joseph packing it up here in game number one. That Hades putting in so much work for Greg there. Definitely a cool inclusion. And with the possibility of going Goofy on 5 and Hades on 6, and then questing with Goofy to give Hades ward means that there isn't really a good way to deal with it from Joseph if he's able to pull that off. So sort of just has to go down this aggressive route, and unfortunately had that whole new world snatched from his hand, which makes things a little bit tough as well. So definitely a tricky game there for Joseph. We'll see how we go in game number 2. Here we are, players getting set up for game number 2 here. I believe it may be Greg going first in this one. Does have the 1-drop Diablo. Nice start there. Joseph top decking the whole new world, so not something you want to see this sort of early on, since Greg does play the Ursula that can take it from his hand. Don't think he has it at the moment. Just the Banzai, so putting on that aggressive pressure instead. Does have the Twin Fire to remove it, so that's another option that I think we might see come down here. Could also use it to take out both characters. Ooh, just a Smee coming down, so still a good option for Joseph getting some more characters on the board. And could also go into a Pleakley next turn if he wants, but ooh, might even just Twin Fire both these Banzai. I think that's quite a good play as well here. Not sure what he would ink, but probably wants to try and get towards that Cogsworth on 5. Once that sort of 6 down, you have some good singing potential and also resist on all your characters. But I think you sort of need to slow Greg down a bit here. Maybe just Twin Fire, the Banzai, quest for 2. Won't be able to play much else, but I think that's okay to take a turn off, and then next turn can maybe just ramp. So then we'll probably see the Twin Fire come down here, I think. Discard potentially the whole new world. You don't really want that to be taken out with Ursula, but maybe you'll just risk it and get rid of the vision. Yeah, so we're going to take out both the Banzai. So a good play here from Joseph, sort of clear out the board from Greg. He did go first, so he's going to have less cards in his hand. Could just income play the Goat here, and then maybe next turn go for that Go-Go. Just plays the Genie, draw some cards. Go-Go next turn, we'll gain 2 Law, which is pretty strong. Probably just a Fishbone here. Don't know if he'll activate it just yet. Might even go for the Pleakley. I think the Fishbone with the whole new world in hand is quite strong, so we're just going to use that to ink the Pleakley. Yep. It'll be interesting to see if Greg can find the Ursula here. I think that would be almost game over for Joseph. So Go-Go going to get the 2 Law. And Genie will quest. So going up to 8, putting the pressure on here. Just going to ink a Kit. Don't know if he has a 1-drop, so it's just going to be a pass. So probably just going to have to ink. Ooh, just playing the Cogsworth, so really risking it again. At least the Smee here won't be banished from the damage. I think you just have to pass here. You can't afford to ink this vision. Oh, okay, that's super risky. We see an Ursula here, which I think Greg top decked. This is going to be a disaster. Yeah, exactly why I think the vision should have been held onto. At least that way you could dig a bit deeper, try and find another whole new world. This is going to be quite tricky for Joseph to come back from now unless he top decks a whole new world. So it goes up to 11. Yeah, I think Joseph definitely should have been playing around that Ursula coming down. He's questing up to 11. Going to gain 1 from the library and then quest for 4 up to 16. So a lot of pressure being put on here. Challenger is actually just going to take out the Cogsworth. Take out the Smee, so just going to clear the board for Joseph here, and then Quest. I think you should got one from the library. Yeah, I think they're talking about that now, so just going to add that on. So just going to play the Merfolk, move into the library. So Simba just looking for something. Grab your sword, not too bad here. We'll take out a couple of characters, but Greg will get to draw. Gogo's going to go, Merfolk will go, Crab and Genie stick around. Well, Genie should actually be banished, right? Because there was 2 damage on it from the Cogsworth. I think this Genie should be banished here, actually. Unless I'm missing something. Again, missed the law from the library, so hopefully that gets added. I'll just play the Diablo here. Might ink and move something in. Yep. Yeah, okay, so the library law should be there, but technically this Genie should be banished, I believe. So the item drawer has begun. Twin Fire. I mean, the Genie will get banished now. Should have been banished last turn. Grab your sword. So it should technically be on 15 right now for Greg. We'll press up to 18. I don't think it'll matter in the end since he has running away with the game. I'm just going to play Crab, so not too many cards in hand. Yep, and that'll be Joseph scooping it up, destroying another sim. We're not going to be doing too much. So unfortunate both games getting the whole new world taken out of his hand from the Ursula, but got to be prepared for that and got to play around it as well. So definitely could have made a couple of changes to play around it, but congratulations to Greg. We'll be going on to the top 8. So that is our final round of Swiss. Next video will be coming out next week with our top 8 matches. Going to be some good ones there, so be sure to watch out for those. Again, if you're enjoying the content, leave a like, subscribe, leave some comments below about what you're enjoying and also what you're not enjoying so we can improve on that as well. And we'll see you in the next video.